Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Sports Talk in the Burgh. I'm Sam Anthony. Alongside me is RASHAD, Christian, and Greg Sutton.
I love this show.
We've got a great show for you tonight, starting with the news that all Steelers fans did not want to hear, and that is Ben Roethlisberger is injured. The quarterback suffered a torn meniscus against the Miami Dolphins on Sunday. Guys, I want you to finish this phrase. Ben Roethlisberger's injury announcement is blank.
A look into the future of Pittsburgh Steelers football.
Future.
What kind of future are we talking here, Greg?
Non-existent.
I want to
Not a good one. One without Ben Roethlisberger and one without a quarterback that can throw the ball. All that Landry Jones does is go, here you go, running back, go that way.
You know what? I actually took a look at Landry Jones' stats. And I know we all crap on him. I know he looks bad. But his stat lines weren't horrible. They were okay, and that's good for a young quarterback. That shows that there's room to grow. He had 513 yards. His one full start that he actually completed, he had it was 192 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions.
Okay, great. I can throw 192 yards in an NFL game.
In an NFL game, yeah?
Yeah, in an
All
NFL
right,
game.
I want to see you get in there.
Just because of Landry Jones, that's why I said this injury is severe, because this could potentially spell doom for the Steelers, and it could be season-ending. All right, we don't know for sure if it's going to be a minor cleanup or if it's going to have like full reconstructive surgery. So as far as I'm concerned,
I don't know if you've seen the Steelers, though. Have you seen the rest of the team that they have? They have Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown, Sammy Coates,
Yeah, okay,
you
but
have
it goes-
Marcus Wheaton.
In
You have
order-
one of the
it
best
goes
offensive
beyond
lines.
throwing the ball.
In
You have
order
to
to
be a
use
good
those
signal caller.
people, you have to have a good quarterback behind them. And
But we have a good coaching
staff with
it
Todd
doesn't
Haley.
matter. Without leadership on the field in the quarterback position, you're not going to have a good squad.
You
All
look
they
to
need to
Mike
do
Tomlin.
is go and be average. I'm not saying they need to go win the Super Bowl with Landry Jones. I'm saying they need to go 500.
Well, I mean, that's the end goal, right? You want to win the Super Bowl, and
but
with this future,
Roethlisberger's not done for the year. He's probably going to be done 2 to 6 weeks, is what they're saying. So let's say he comes back in 6 weeks.
But
they
probably
go
isn't a
3-3.
good word. What if he
They're
doesn't
7
come
and
back?
5
Yeah, we need
in a
some
division that's
certainty if we're
weak.
going to be
Probably.
Ben Roethlisberger, you know.
Okay. We're going to agree to disagree on that subject, all right? So, in the same game Ben got injured, they lost to the Miami Dolphins.
30-15.
What's that game mean? Was it a trip up, or is it something to look forward
It's
to?
what I've been saying for the entirety of this semester. I think you could go back and play clips from every show where we go, oh,
we
the
will.
Steelers gonna do well. Did you just throw a challenge flag at me?
I challenged you on that, Sam. Yeah, I did.
All right, well, let's see what you got.
Well, I'm just saying that the defense wasn't the thing in that game. Yeah, the second half they didn't do too great, but the offense wasn't great either.
They allowed 30 points to the Dolphins.
You let up 200
They only put
yards
up
to Jay.
they only put up 15 points.
They allowed 3 total rushing
He
touchdowns.
tore them
2 of them
up.
going to.
I mean, he had a 67-yard run at the end of the game when, like, if we had made a stop, there was still a chance for us to come
and
back.
the best thing that happened for the Steelers in that game was Darius Hayward-Bay's 60-yard run.
Well, come on, when
That's
Darius
it.
Hayward-Bay is your best player in that game, that's
Exactly.
embarrassing.
The
And that's not the O-line's fault, because the O-line did a good job blocking on that run. The O-line did a good job blocking
And Ben
when
got hurt
Le'Veon
when
Bell
he got
ran
outside
well.
of the pocket. Okay?
2 sacks. 2 sacks.
Oh,
and threw
no,
2
2
interceptions.
sacks?
Whoa,
2 sacks and 2
whole sacks.
interceptions.
Come on,
Good
did you
job.
watch that Eagles game where Carson Wentz got hit about, like, 7 times? He got knocked down another 11.
I mean, Luck gets hurt more than that. He gets hit like so many times.
I mean,
I don't even
it's
know.
ridiculous.
But how many seasons has Ben gone? A full season.
He's
not very many.
only gone 4.
Only 4.
full seasons. But that's not the O-line's
He's
fault.
injury prone.
No, he sits in the pocket for a long time, and so he gets hit.
He
I mean, the
expects his
highest...
big body to protect him, basically, and that's not going to work
because
like
he's
that.
getting old, and that's
Yeah.
what happens.
You get old and frail. That's what happens.
Exactly. So the O-line needs to step up a little bit and protect their frail quarterback.
How can they
move?
protect him? Yeah, if he's sitting in the pocket for 6-7 seconds, how are the O-line supposed to do anything?
They're supposed to adapt
you
to the
see
way he
JJ
plays. If he's going to
Watt
sit in the
come at
pocket,
you-
they
The
got to
O-line
sit there.
can't hold him for 7 seconds.
They have to hold him long enough to pass the ball or get rid of the ball at least.
All right. We can calm down a second. We're going to look at the NFL as a whole. Now, since week 1, we've seen the TV ratings for NFL football plummet to new lows. Why is this happening?
All right. Can we calm down about this? Like,
Oh, God.
the NFL is not freaking out about this, so we shouldn't freak out either, because this is the way that we are trending, all right? Our generation, the younger generations, don't watch TV as much. We're streaming it online. We're streaming it through Twitter. Those numbers are not calculated. And even though the NFL's numbers are down, they're still the highest out of any form of entertainment that you can see on TV.
Yeah, but you can't just base yourself on being the highest out of a bunch of subpar
yes,
programs.
you can.
The NFL
it's
is
not
the
just any
premier.
subpar programs. It's everything.
Yeah, okay, great.
Yeah,
But they're losing
I mean,
viewing.
am I wrong?
That's the thing. They're losing viewings, and it has
But
to be due to.
everyone's
You
losing
know what?
viewing.
It's boring. The NFL today is boring.
There's too many
Why is it boring?
restrictions. There's too many restrictions.
Elaborate
Easy
for
as
me,
that.
to?
Rashad,
You want me to?
please.
Okay.
Where's the flag here?
There's
That's
no
a
one.
flag.
Okay.
Where'd
great.
that come from?
There's no one to watch but to Terrell Pryor. Terrell Pryor may be the biggest storyline coming out of this season.
And nobody cares because he plays for the
And
Browns.
nobody cares. That's why I'm saying it's boring. There's no one to watch. The Panthers suck all of a sudden.
And these are good storylines, though. You're seeing different teams.
Yeah,
You're
but
seeing
who wants
the
to follow
Minnesota
the
But the thing
Vikings
is,
going 1
you
and
guys,
5?
you
Yeah,
have
so you watch the 5-0 Minnesota Vikings, a team nobody thought would do
Oh,
well.
boo,
They
no.
overcame injuries to Adrian Peterson and Teddy Bridgewater and are the best team in
You
football.
have to look at what else is going on, though. There's more than just no storyline. You have to look at all the restrictions the NFL is putting on players.
I agree
There's
with
no
that. I
fun.
agree
He
with
got
that.
fined.
There's
for
absolutely
celebrating.
no fun
He gets
in the
fined for wearing
celebration
his
part.
cleats. He gets
Yeah.
fined for
He's
his
trying
cleats
to
every
honor
game.
people from the past, and he gets fined. Exactly.
Hopkins got
There's
fined
no
for wearing
fun.
Easy cleats. I mean, it's.
How about
There's
the
no
no
fun.
highlights on Twitter? That's my new favorite one.
What is that? Yeah,
teams
what
cannot
happened there?
show their
Understand that.
team's highlights on Twitter.
Why
the
not?
NFL, what are you doing, NFL? Roger Goodell, if you're watching this, please just change it. But we're going to talk about women's hockey while you think about that, all right? So the women's hockey team is off to an incredible start. They're 4-0-2 so far, going undefeated through their first 3 weekends. Guys, do you buy or sell this women's hockey team? Are they going all the way?
You see the hat, right? Okay, where's the camera? Right here? Yeah, there we go. RMU. I am buying into this women's hockey team. Undefeated through 6 games. Even in their 2 ties, they have stopped the team from possibly converting on a late game goal, like in their game versus Vermont. Vermont scored the 3rd period goal, sent it into overtime, and then they shut them out.
Rashad, I'm gonna guess that you're the kind of guy that when like the Steelers go, 2-0, 3-0, you're like, we're going to the Super Bowl. We're going to the Super Bowl. Well, here's the thing. They've barely done anything yet, and it's been about 3 players that have done a lot. It's been J.C. Gebert, it's been Amber Rennie, and it's been Brittany Howard.
Right.
And that's great. That's like having one good line in hockey. And as we all know, we all watch the NHL. You need more than one good line to win a
Yeah,
championship.
but okay, this is a different season. Okay, we can't just look at previous seasons and think, oh, they're not going to do that good. They're not going to
You
do
can
that
look
good.
at previous seasons
Yeah,
because there's
but right now,
teams.
unofficially, this is due to some polls. They're ranked 13th in the nation.
And that's
in women's hockey.
great. And you want to know who
And-
they beat? Providence, who's ranked 18th out of 30. And they beat
Last year they were top.
RBI, who is 21st out of 30.
Okay.
These are not good teams that they were beating.
Well, you have to be confident in the team. They're winning the games. That's all that matters. They're putting points on the
That's
board
great,
and they're
but
winning the
what happens
games.
when you finally face a tough opponent and that momentum goes away? It's
You're
gone.
going to have to pick it back up. The leaders on the team, the elder people on the team are going to have to step up and say, hey, let's get it together. All right. We're going to talk more of this while we're at the break, but come back afterwards because we're going to talk men's basketball, we're going to talk women's basketball, the Crosby concussion, and our favorite rookie debuts in all of professional sports. So come back after the break to Sports Talk in the Burgh.
Where are those flags? I need to throw a flag.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
To Maddie, congrats on paying off all those student loans.
Finally, right?
How'd you manage that anyway?
I started tracking my spending, changed a couple of habits.
Wow, I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now. I don't even know how I'm doing it.
Well, have you tried saving a little?
I want to, but where's that money gonna come from? Bill collectors, they're the worst. Am I right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
Not home.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Welcome back to Sports Talk in the Burgh. Now, after a 10-22 record last year, the Colonials are looking to change their fortune with many new faces on the roster. Is this going to be a transition year, or are they primed to make an NEC conference run?
So it's going to be the opposite of last year. Last year we came in and they were like, Robert Morris, they're going to win the NEC. This year we're coming in, nobody knows what we're going to do, and we're going to go and we're going to take the NEC. We're going to go win it all. I'm calling it right now.
What's record prediction right now?
Huh? Record prediction?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm not prepared for that.
Okay.
All I know is that they're going to finish first in the NEC. They're going to go to the conference tournament, win.
And why?
Because they have an increase in size.
Finishing first.
There's nothing that points to them finishing well this season. They have 9 new faces in the locker room.
And that's good.
It's a rebuilding season.
Did you see what happened last year? No, you guys weren't here. You were freshmen.
Oh,
you didn't see the collapse that was Robert Morris basketball. You had Elijah Minnie, who just made a mess of everything because of his drama that went with him. And he ended up leaving the team in the middle of the year, making a disaster. You had Kayvon Stewart, who wanted to leave the team. And Rodney Pryor was supposed to be our leader, who did nothing. And now you have these new faces and new leaders.
Say he did nothing. Rodney Pryor
did everything
on the court for the Colonials
You're right,
last
but
year.
he didn't set up his teammates to be successful. You had Matty McConnell, who is going to be phenomenal, by the way, who was injured most of the year. He had that lingering shoulder injury. He's finally got healthy. You have Roberto Manavani, who said in the article that you wrote, quote unquote, I like to physically abuse my opponents. He's going to go in there, he's going to get the boards, and he is going to do big things for the Colonials.
Yeah, but the thing for him to be effective on offense, he has to have the ball in his hands. And I don't think you can take that away from the other players that are trying to show that they are competent players.
I don't know. You get him down there and the boards getting those 2 points.
Oh, I'm not denying that if he gets down there, he's going to score, but it's just a matter of how many times can you get him the ball.
Women's basketball was the defending NEC champions, and they come into this year without Coach Sal and with his son, Coach Charlie, coming in to take over the reins.
All right.
Are they going to be a tourney team like last year, or are they going to flop?
Well, you know, I'm not quite sure how it's going to go because he might have the same coaching style as his dad, but yet again, you have to look at it, he's a new coach. They have to adapt to his playing style.
It runs in the family.
They have to adapt to a new style.
He's brought up to think a certain way.
You ask any player on that women's basketball team, and they will say to you that it's just like regular. Nothing's changed. It's just a different face.
Exactly.
And
Like
it's a
father,
familiar
like son,
face.
right?
Yep. And Sal hasn't even gone. He still, you see him around the practices. He can't get enough of this. It's just a different face to this team. I say they come back and they're going to pick up right where they left off last year.
Not to mention, they still have Stamma Lamprou, and they have Megan Smith now. Now, Stamma Lamprou was their designated three-point shooter last season, and they have several low-post options. So their offense is going to be clicking with Megan Smith and Michaela Moran.
You forgot about Rebecca Navarro,
Yeah.
who can also shoot the three.
That's why I said they have several.
Yeah, and you have Janie Brown, who's a senior. She's got that experience. She's going to go in there and teach some of these younger players how to play. You have good-looking freshmen. I'm going to butcher this name, and I apologize, but Nneka Ezigbo, she complements Michaela Moran really well because she's got height. She's 6'2", which is tall for women's basketball. So she's going to get there. In her high school career, she averaged almost a double-double every game. I mean, that's huge for a Colonials team that if they can rebound strong, you're going to get the ball back out to Stamma Lamprou, you're going to get those threes, and something that they struggled with last year was scoring. So they can go and they can score.
They have too many offensive options not to score.
Exactly.
This season.
So this is why it looks like it's going to be a really great year for the Colonials.
All right. So we're going to go back to the injury field with Sidney Crosby's concussion. Not good news for the Pittsburgh Penguins. He got injured before the regular season started. What's it mean?
It means a lot. He is the fearless leader on that team. He was the playoff MVP last year. And as much as, his production in the scoring category has gone down, he's the guy who sets up everyone else and does well.
Okay, but not only what's it mean, but what do the Penguins as a team and a business do about it? What do they do? Do they let him get healthy the whole way?
You got to start being cautious with him.
Yeah, because you've seen it happen.
He's had multiple head injuries, has neck injuries.
The guy's
I think
a
everything
mess.
up here is just mush right now.
Yeah.
And if you continue to push him beyond mush,
yeah.
yes, it's just all melting
Mush
inside.
that produces goals and points.
Mush that produces goals and points
but
if
you
he's
gotta look
healthy.
at it
If he's
more,
healthy, you're right.
You got to look at him as a human. You can't just look at him as a great NHL
Yeah,
player.
you
You
can't
got
just
to worry
send him
about
back
his health.
out there.
I'm not saying that. You have
He's
to
a
let him get
relatively
healthy,
young guy
100%.
who still has a whole life to live after he retires from the NHL. You have to look out for him and make sure he doesn't do anything so reckless that he just ruins the rest of his life.
Here's the thing. If the Penguins want to be contenders, they have to have him back.
And
this is my
unfortunately,
goal,
that is the
is if
case,
they
yeah.
can't get him back fully healthy, if he does not play more than half of the games going into the All-Star break, they do not make the playoffs.
Well,
that is
I'm
my
saying
call
this.
right now.
They have to have him healthy. Yeah, you're right. But as you can see early in the season, they're doing okay without him. I'm not saying they're doing great.
3 games. I think it's
They're
a little
not-
premature to say they're doing well.
I said they're doing okay.
That
I
overtime
didn't
loss
say they're doing
last
great.
night, that was not
Okay,
not
to
very
be
good.
fair,
That was a lucky
kinda-
shot.
it was-
That was a lucky shot. If Letang wouldn't
Doesn't matter. They were up 2-0.
I
They
understand
let
that.
him come
Yeah,
back.
I understand that.
And you know what would have happened? If Crosby was there, they would not have come back.
That's
you're
that's a
playing
little
dangerous
aggressive to
game
say there. I don't know about that.
Dangerous game. Now, Austin Matthews scored 4 goals in his rookie debut for the Toronto Maple Leafs. That got us here thinking about our most impressive rookie debuts as we look to a full screen graphic that should be up. I picked, sorry for the people upstairs there, but I picked Michael Carter-Williams, who his first game in the NBA was against the defending champion Miami Heat. Now, he finished with a stat line of 22 points, 12 assists, 7 boards, and 9 steals. To expect a rookie to come out and almost get a quadruple double.
Wrong.
Oh my God.
Wrong.
Oh my.
Just look. Okay, these point lines, they're great. And you're right. Nobody's done this since 1985. That's a stat. But people have done this before.
Hey, you know who's on the Heat right now?
Huh?
It's LeBron James. It's Dwayne Wade. It's Chris Bosh. You have the biggest
that's
3
great.
that we've probably seen in the past decade.
But I'm going to give you
Against a
the
rookie.
names. You know who's done this before?
Uh-huh.
Ricky Green and Johnny Moore. Do you know who either of those players are, Greg?
No clue. Never heard.
They're
of
nobodies. You know what this debut is?
Okay.
Nothing.
You know who's
and,
not-
and since 2013, have you heard, as people talking about Michael Carter-Williams like he's a big name?
We're talking about debuts, right? I didn't say for his whole career. I didn't say he was a great player. As far as debuts, this is the greatest.
They didn't
you
even
know
win
you
the
know
game.
you know the people who have actually notched a triple-double in the NBA? You have Nate Thurman.
Look
who
at the
did it
baseline.
in 1974.
He's playing for the 76ers.
They won the game.
Doesn't matter.
They
It's
beat the
easy to look
defending
good on a
champions.
76ers
And
team.
that's great. Congratulations. You're right. There's nobody else on that team, so of course he's going to get the ball. It's like
Exactly.
Kobe in
He's
his
a
last
rookie.
game. Wow, that's great.
What
You
do you
know
expect
who
your
else
rookie
was
to
a great
do? Okay.
rookie? Steven Matz for the Mets. And why? Because he let up 2 runs in 7 2/3.
You know what, Sam?
And he scored 4 RBIs.
I just don't like you anymore, and it's okay.
You know what? I'm
gonna
glad.
deal with it. I'm gonna deal with it.
That's a decent.
Look at him.
pick,
Look at
Sam.
him. He is
Decent.
a pitcher. He is a pitcher who had 4 RBIs. He put in more runs than he let up. And you know who's done that? Nobody on the Mets. Nobody in the Mets has ever done that.
Is
No
it a quadruple
pitcher
double,
has
though?
ever done that.
Have you looked at any other team though? Has any other team's pitcher done that? And maybe not his rookie debut, but has any other pitcher done that?
Carlos Zambrano.
And
was
they've
a
done
pretty
it, but
good
they've never
hitter
done
for
it in
a
their
pitcher.
debut, which
Yeah,
is what makes it so special.
But they've done it. It's special, yes.
He
but
single-handedly
still.
won them that game.
And Tim Tebow hit a home run on his first pitch in the Educational League. Is that a great debut?
That's the Educational League, though.
It's
this
the
is
same
Major
thing.
League Baseball.
It's the
no,
Mets.
it's not.
It's the Mets.
Wow, so the Mets Fall League is the equivalent of the Mets Pro League. Is that what
Pretty
you're
much.
telling me?
I'm just saying,
that's where a
it's
playoff
basically
team.
professional league.
That's where a playoff contender then. It's basically the same team, and he's still
What
been
has he
good.
done since then?
I haven't heard his name in a while.
I haven't either, honestly.
We're talking about debuts here,
Oh,
Rashad. We're
okay.
talking about
Okay.
Right.
debuts.
And
Glad-
you know
I'm
who
glad I-
has the best debut out of both of you and me?
Oh, I'm ready for
Mine
yours.
is the best.
Mario Le Magnifique
You are so wrong.
Lemieux. How am I wrong?
It's not even better than Austin
Explain to me
Matthews'
how it's
debut.
First of
wrong.
all, can we look at the footage right now? Okay,
Look
this
at
doesn't
that
compare.
throwback.
Look at that.
His first shift on his first game, his first shift, he gets a steal off of Ray Bork and puts it in for his first goal. How fantastic
Hey,
is
Greg,
that?
Greg, were you born when this was taken?
It doesn't matter. He's made
Then
a
you
legacy.
can't really appreciate
yes,
it.
I
You
can.
can't get behind
it's
that.
easy to appreciate any sort of talent like that.
Okay.
You know who had a better debut than him? Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews had a better debut.
Okay,
than
he
Mario
had
Lemieux.
3 goals, but guess what? Did he score his first goal on his first shot on his first
Okay,
shift in
you
the first
can-
No,
game?
but he scored all 4 goals in the game for the
Three.
Maple Leafs.
3.
No, I'm talking about Austin Matthews.
I thought it was 3. They
It
lost,
was
did they
4.
not?
It
I
was
thought
4
they
goals.
Doesn't matter if a basketball player scores 50 points in the first quarter and none. He still ends up with 50 points. I mean, you can do it in your first shift. You can do it on your first time out. Doesn't mean anything. The end result, Matthews had 4 goals. Mike Carter-Williams almost had a quadruple double.
Almost.
Almost.
Almost. Keyword
Almost.
there, Rashad.
Almost.
Almost.
Keyword.
Sure. They still came out with the win. I'm happy with that.
And you know what?
Beyond
I'm
happy
going to
with
stand
that.
with mine because Steven Matt's greatest pitching and hitting performance of all time.
9
Mario
steals.
Lemieux.
He put himself in the category of Hakeem Olajuwon. That's all I'm going to say there.
God bless you.
That is all the time we have for this segment. Coming up next after the break, we have some great stuff going on. We're going to talk NBA, where I know Rashad's really excited to talk about the contenders this year.
Thanks, Lawford.
We're going to finish up with the lightning round. So get excited for more Sports Talk in the Burgh coming up after the break.
Let's go.
is my handle and here is my spout.
When I get all steamed up, then I shout.
Tip me over and pour me out. Oh. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Cheers. Take time to be a dad today.
Oh, look, a redhead.
Staring contest.
You still got it.
I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Welcome back to Sports Talk in the Burgh. So we're going to jump back to the Penguins here for a little bit, and we're going to talk about the goalie situation they have going on.
Fair enough.
Matt Murray, broken finger. Fleury's been playing the past 3 games. What's going to happen after Murray comes back healthy?
All right, so I'm going to say this, and I know that when I go up there and I talk to people,
you're gonna catch
my
it.
producers at this, they're going to hate me.
You're gonna
But
catch
the
it.
Penguins should trade Marc-Andre Fleury. He's old. He's wasting money. I'm going to keep
That's
this.
the second one he's
I'm gonna
thrown
keep
today.
This flag. Nobody even saw that, so I'm going to keep
They went
going.
across.
There we go.
He's old. $5.75 million a year we're paying him for the next 3 years, and we have a better goalie in Matt Murray. Why keep him? Why would you pay $6 million for a backup
Matt
goalie?
Murray was the goalie during their championship run.
Exactly.
So you got to take that into
He's
account.
proven
like this.
he can be successful.
Yeah, and this
Fleury-
is a bigger stage than the regular season.
Yeah.
It's slow.
But
the
Fleury's
thing is-
proven traditionally that he can't play well in the playoffs.
You guys,
He's a
the
guy I don't
thing
want to
is,
run
though,
anyway.
That's why they switched to
Whenever
Murray.
you make it to the playoffs, what worked well in the Stanley Cup? The 2 goalie rotation they had between Murray and Fleury.
No, they
No,
used
no.
Fleury the whole way. They only used Fleury when they needed to give Murray time. They only used him when he started to make some
It
mistakes.
worked. It worked.
didn't work.
Maybe
they were only
Fleury's-
successful
maybe
when
Fleury's
Murray
done
was
as
in
a
net.
starting goaltender, but he's not done as a goaltender overall. That's what I'm saying.
And
The Murray-Fleury combo is a great
But
thing.
that's why I'm saying trade
If anything,
him. You
get
can
rid
get
of
value
Condon.
in other places. Get stronger defense. Get some stronger guys on the front line of the offense. There's so many things you could do.
What else do you want on the offense and defense?
I just don't want us wasting $6 million for a backup goalie. It's such a waste of money.
I mean, if they can score 6 goals a game, I don't care who they keep and who they get rid of, as long as they're doing some
And if
stuff
you
on
look
offense.
at his stat line, he's slowly been on the decline. He's slowly getting worse. By the time he gets to the end of that contract, he's not going to be a great goalie. Might as well get rid of him while the value's still high. It's like the Pirates trying to get rid of Andrew McCutcheon. They're trying to get rid of him while his value still has something.
But it's going to work out. The Fleury-Murray thing is a great thing during the regular season.
But
When
why?
one
When you
needs a
got-
break,
in the
you throw in the
regular
other one.
season, regular season doesn't matter if you
It
don't
does.
win the championship.
How do you get to the championship? Through regular season playoff
boo,
play.
You can be an 8th seed and get to the championship.
Yeah, and you
It
know what
doesn't
you
matter.
need? You need a good goalie in the playoffs. And they're going to put Matt Murray in net, and Fleury is just going to sit on the bench and watch.
And whenever he needs a break, they can Fleury throw Fleury in.
All right, that's a lost cause now. Anyway, with Robert Morris football, the Colonials lost yet another game, this time to conference rival Duquesne. It was a close game, but they are now 1-6 on the season. How long is it before some major changes have to happen?
I'm going to put it like this. You guys are not going to like this. I'm kind of thinking it's a new way of life here at Robert Morris.
Right.
Banaszak deserves 1 more year. 1 more. Give him 1. I understand his record isn't great right now, but give him 1 more year.
Keep talking.
I understand he's not done well. He's like 6-23, I think, somewhere in that ballpark
Oh, that's
in
good.
career.
That's worthy to
Give
you.
him 1 more year.
You wanna
See
keep
what
him for
happens.
1 more
One
year?
more year.
What-
This season's already gone. Give him another one. Might as well.
If this season's already gone, why would you keep him again?
Give him another shot.
They were
it's worth
bad
it.
last year. They are bad now. They will be bad next year. It doesn't matter. You can't give him another chance. I know this is the land of second chances, but at some point you have to cut the cord and just say, no, we don't want you
But the
anymore.
thing
You are
is,
not good for our team. You are a cancer. That's what they should be telling Banaszak right now. You are not good
The
for our
thing
program.
is, he showed his potential by getting that close to beating
Okay,
Duquesne.
potential doesn't matter if you can't produce. What's the record? You
Potential.
said 6-23, right?
Something like that.
Something like that.
No, it's 6 and
not
23.
good.
6 and 23.
It's 6-23. That's not good.
It's not good, but he showed potential. Keep him one more year, give him one more chance. You can get rid of him halfway through the year next year.
How do you think they're going to feel if they keep him for one more year and they end up 10 games under 500? What if they don't win next season? How about that? How are you going to feel knowing that you could have had another option next season, but you decided, oh, let's give him one more chance?
If he goes,
have an option ready to go.
If he loses the first half of the season, get rid of him. Give him at least another half of the season.
If we're going to be that extreme, I think you just get rid of him now.
I'm going to fire this conversation. I'm going to fire it.
I'll see you after the show, Greg.
All right.
Parking lot.
Talk about the Warriors. Golden State Warriors last year, 73 wins.
Yep.
And somehow they managed to add more talent, adding Kevin Durant, possibly the biggest free agent this summer. The biggest free agent this summer.
OKC wasn't happy about that one.
So are they going to, how many games are they going to win this year?
They won 69. Okay. It came out of my mouth wrong. We're not going to be immature about this, but they're going to win 69 games. I don't think they got Kevin Durant, but they lost some depth.
Give me the flag. Give me that yellow
flag. Throw the flag at me.
Bring
it to me.
You know, I wouldn't have thought about it.
They added Kevin Durant, but they lost a lot of their depth this offseason. They lost Ian Clark. They lost Festus Ezeli, Andrew Bogut. They lost Harrison Barnes. That is 4 key players that took them to the finals last year.
But Kevin Durant.
Okay, as much as I love Kevin Durant, he is my favorite player. He doesn't make up for 4 lost players. Sure, on offense, they're going to be. They're going to average basically 150
Why are
points a
we
game.
worried? Why are we worried about the number of wins? If the players aren't worried about it. The players stated before the season started they're not worried about the number of wins they get this year.
Okay,
they're worried about winning the finals.
Because you know what they didn't do last year?
Win the finals. They want to win the finals. They already broke the record. They have the record.
They broke the record.
Want the finals again.
They didn't get the championship though.
But they want it.
You said that's all they care about, right?
They want it.
Well, we know secretly that players do care about their win total, and if they broke the record, sure, you broke the record. They didn't get the chip. So this season, they're probably going to look towards beating their previous record and winning a title just to complete that hole in their heart that is in there right now.
And you know what we didn't talk about, though, is Steve Kerr does an incredible job coaching this team.
Yeah.
As much as we're missing those pieces, he's going to make those pieces work.
So, if the Golden State Warriors don't have another record-setting year, who's the sleeping team in the NBA right now?
Easy decision. The Boston Celtics
are
going to say that with a straight face.
NBA Finals. I don't say that. 100% believe it. In my heart, I know it's true.
Sam,
you know why?
I'm going to give you
Al
credit for
Horford,
supporting your home team.
Brad Stevens, Isaiah Thomas, they are incredible players. You have all-star players with an all-star coach, and they're better than almost everyone in the NBA Eastern Conference.
Okay. First off, Greg, you want to say something before I get started?
I'm just going to put it like this. The Chicago Bulls. They
have
a history. They picked up Dwayne Wade.
They have a history. That's
great. They added
the
Jimmy
Celtics have a
Butler.
history.
They gave more talent to Jimmy Butler. They have a chance.
How do you give more talent to someone?
Okay. You give them somebody else to pass to other than the players that don't have a name for themselves yet. Dwayne Wade has made a name for himself. So when you get rid of Derrick
Rose and you replace him with old Dwayne Wade?
He's going to produce.
Can I talk?
All right.
Can I speak? Okay, first of all, both of you suck at picking teams that can make it to the finals. Because
Would
there
you
is
pick
no.
the Raptors?
Okay, let's talk to the producers about that. Because honestly, there is no sleeper this year. The Cavs and the. Say it again. The Cavs and the Warriors will meet again in the finals. The Warriors will take it in 6.
Celtics.
There is no getting past the Boston Celtics. Hey, the Celtics are probably going to lose in the first round.
The Golden State Warriors last year. They were one of the few teams that could beat them. They were the only team that stayed within 5 points in both matchups against the Warriors.
Did the Celtics go to the finals?
No, because they didn't have Al Horford.
Al Horford is not a great player.
Let me finish.
Sure.
The Celtics, because they have the cap space and the draft picks to be able to, they're going to make a trade before the deadline.
For who?
Brings a superstar in. I don't know who. It's going to be a mystery. It's a wait and see.
You make me sick.
Well, hopefully you're not too sick for the lightning round.
Oh, baby. Here we
go. I love this.
Lightning round.
So we're going to start with question number 1. The Carolina Panthers are at 1-5 this season. They basically have to win out to make the playoffs. Yep. What are the odds of the Carolina Panthers?
There are no odds. There is no odds to talk about.
Completely impossible right now. 1-5, you can't go to the playoffs with that record.
Winning out to get 11-5, and let's mention that.
So speaking of things you never thought were going to happen, the Cleveland Indians are looking like the hot team this postseason. They have not lost yet. Should the Cubs still be the favorite to win it all?
Definitely. They are the best team coming into this playoffs.
The Cubs are the favorite right now because the Indians are losing right now, actually.
Who's the real king of C's here?
I'm really disappointed with the debate.
The Cubs.
I was hoping for more. But that's unfortunately all the time we have left on today's show. Thank you so much for joining us, and catch us in 2 weeks for more sports talk in the Burgh. Hopefully these guys don't attack me after the show.